Ladies and gents, one of the closest finishes to a race you will ever see. Harrison, I'm back out once again for a brand new video for you, and I'm going to do a very quick Monaco race review because I'm going out later and I want to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible, hence I'm going to be doing 3 laps instead of 8 for the race. Mark Webber wins what was a very tight finish to the Monaco Grand Prix. To be honest, the race wasn't that exciting for the first 50 or so laps, apart from maybe the strategy of Sebastian Vettel, which I'll get to later. But the rain came down with about 15 laps to go. It was only gentle, it was only very minor, but it really did bunch the field up, and the field were tiptoeing around. And in that situation, you really can't afford to pit your car because you'll lose 20 seconds by doing that. Fortune, as Eddie Jordan did say, really did favour the brave on this one. The finish in order, Mark Webber wins in Monaco, just half a second ahead of Nico Rosberg, who was just 0.3 ahead of Alonso, arguably the closest podium ever in a Formula 1 race. Sebastian Vettel, who came up from 9th, finishes 4th after he started on the softer tyres, went nearly 45 laps on them, pitted late on for a set of super softs and made it work for him. A great job to get himself from P9 up into P4. If it had rained earlier, you really would have think Sebastian Vettel would have come into play and probably won the race. Lewis Hamilton finishes 5th, and Felipe Massa, a great result for the Brazilian, silencing some of his earlier critics to come in 6th. Arguably the closest top 6 to ever finish a Formula 1 race. You'll never see anything like it, in my opinion. Just the end of the race where everybody was bunched up and everybody was looking for a way through and trying not to make a mistake. Just world-class driving by that top 6 to be able to drive around Monaco on an incredibly slippery track, competitively, aware of the other guys around you, and still be able to finish with a perfectly fine car. That's an incredibly impressive thing to do, and all 6 of those guys deserve some serious props for being able to do that. Finishing off the top 10, we have Paul di Resta in 7th, Nico Hülkenberg in 8th. A great performance by the 2 Force India guys to both get into points like that, and some good points too. Kimi Räikkönen in 9th, who was told to stay out longer than he had to on the super soft tyres, and it came back to bite him in the end, but other retirements pushed him up. And Bruno Senna, with a good result, getting a point for Williams, as my old catchphrase would say, the Senna name is well and truly alive and well. A point for Bruno. Some notable non-finishes here. Grosjean, who started from P3, was tagged at the start. I believe it was a situation where at the start line 3 cars tried to go 3 abreast into turn 1. That's never going to work, and Schumacher was pushed onto the wall. He didn't take any major damage, but Grosjean was tagged in the middle and ended up spinning the car around and parked. I think the engine may have been stalled, and that was it for Grosjean. Another non-finish for Grosjean, and another non-finish for Michael Schumacher, who it seemed to have an engine problem about 25 laps from the end or so. You've got to feel sorry for Michael Schumacher. He technically qualified on pole. He had the 5-place grid penalty from his Senna crash in Catalonia. So he started 6th, was looking for, again, probably for some very solid points in the race, but again, a mechanical problem lets him down, and I think that's 4 non-finishes out of 6 for Michael Schumacher this season. You've got to think, how bad is his luck? Only 2 points for the whole year now. It's terrible, and it's really sad. I do genuinely feel really sorry for him, because the guy really does deserve some luck. But that's about it, really. There wasn't that an eventful a Grand Prix. Jenson Button was also another big-time non-finisher. He finished in 16th in the end, but the funny story was he was just stuck behind the Caterham of Heikki Kovalainen pretty much the entire race, and he got frustrated, tried an ambitious pass into the swimming pool and spun the car, and that was the end of Button's race. So very frustrating day for Button. Also non-finishers are Maldonado, who binned it, Grosjean, De La Rosa, who got hit, Kobayashi, who was actually flying into the first corner, literally, Vitaly Petrov, and Christian Pick of the Marussia team also non-finishing. So we take a 2-week break and we come back to Montreal. As you know, last year we had one of the most epic races ever. I actually want to do a rerun. I actually want to watch the whole Canadian Grand Prix again and review that like I would review a regular race. I think you guys would really like that. Would you guys like to see that? I don't know. You guys tell me. But If you've got any comments on the Monaco Grand Prix and anything you want to say on the Grand Prix, please, I encourage it. Comment below. Please like the video. These videos do really well and could get me a whole heap of extra attention. So please, if you have the chance, like it, favourite it, share it, send it to your friends. I'd really appreciate that. I've been Harrison101. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Sayonara.